You are now entering Maximum Driftcast, the only drifting podcast hosted by a Spanish soccer mom, a 30-year-old silver-haired fox going on 60, and finally, a 200-pound bowl of spaghetti with chimichanga arms.
The champions, we are the champions.
Corey, you just brought over some delicious chickens, right?
Yeah, I've been raising these chickens for the past 2 years.
Yep.
And then this is a very special occasion for us.
And I remember you brought over 5Ds. Paco also brought over 5Ds. What are those? What do they make?
Chicken tendies.
That's right. We had some chicken tendies. But here's the whole point, and this is why it's so important to start the show with this. We ate those chickens. I'm worried that we're going to be haunted by their ghosts, and it's not just going to be a sort of normal ghost. I'm worried it's going to be a full-blown poultrygeist.
It's something that I didn't think about. The process that I went through to develop and create these tendies after 2 years.
Paco's loving it.
As I was going through this process of creating these tendies for this amazing night.
Yep.
I didn't think about that, but crazy things were happening.
Yeah.
And actually, you know what? Real talk. I had a crazy dream last night about birds and chickens.
So do you think you're being haunted by a poultrygeist or not?
Well, I think so because I woke up this morning saying human baby bird.
Yeah.
And I woke myself up saying human baby bird, but I remember the dream very vividly.
That's incredible.
And it's like, this is honest to God truth. I had dreams of these birds and chickens that were probably about 3 feet tall, and they were bright blue, but they had human legs and arms. And I woke up like, oh. And I remember they're just super holly and jolly dancing around.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, cute. And I woke up, oh, cute human baby birds. So I don't know if it's from the poultry that I used to make the tendies or what, but that's what happened.
Well,
it's definitely the poultry guys.
Welcome everyone to Maximum Birdcast. We got your host over here, Corey, the horse-faced Hosford. He's talking about bird facts in his dreams. And of course, there's always Paco and myself. Not of course,
Paco,
because
the egg beater, and Sam the
egg beater.
The bird.
The bird puncher.
And
the chicken choker.
The chicken choker. That's me, guys. And we're here to talk about drifting, if you couldn't tell. And we're all together at last.
You know, I'm just glad we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
It was...
when I was eating those tendies, I came up with the poultrygeist joke in my head, and I got real excited.
You couldn't wait for the show to start.
Yeah, I kept that in, though.
I just I've been thinking about that a long time, and that's why I've been emotionally distraught the past 2 episodes. That's why I haven't been able to make it.
So strong birds.
I'm glad we got that out of the way.
Strong birds have been making Corey upset. Let's get some more housekeeping out of the way. Paco, what's in front of you right there in that there box?
Allow me. So, for our top Patreons, the guys and girls who are pledging $5 or more, remember a while ago we promised you guys we're gonna give them
spaghetti mugs.
The spaghetti mug. And the spaghetti mug
is here. You know you can't, Paco, you can't do that doesn't mean anything.
Is that a Zelda song?
That doesn't mean anything for the people in the audio only, though. You're just
showing the YouTubers.
He's trying to encourage the people to watch.
All right, so what we got here is we got your run-of-the-mill spaghetti bug.
This is really bottom of the barrel. This is something that was cheaply pieced together.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that out of all spaghetti mugs.
This lady at the flea market, she like hand painted them.
What she did, she actually killed a bunch of kids and then put their souls inside of the mug. So when you buy a spaghetti mug, I know you guys are looking for quality, you're looking for endurance and sexual performance. So these spaghetti mugs are guaranteed to up all of those things.
This just gets the endorphins flowing.
Yeah, I am fully.
You know what I mean?
I am fully torqued.
Yep.
This is as soon as you open the door of your car, and your lady sees the spaghetti mug sitting on your cup holder.
Yeah.
She knows what's about to happen.
And make sure you have to buy from us the cup holder spaghetti mug accessory,
right?
Because this obviously isn't going to fit in your regular cup holder. It's $500. That's it. And what we'll do is we'll take your cup holder. You send us your holders.
Yep.
We'll ream it out.
And then we'll make an over-the-shoulder cup holder boulder.
Over-the-shoulder cup holder. Yep. And
satisfaction guarantee.
That's very sexy.
These are kind of nice, Paco.
Yeah, it turned out pretty good, I guess.
We haven't even drank out of one yet, guys, but I'm really looking forward to it.
You better not freaking drink out of it. It's for spaghetti only. And that's what it says in the back.
I'm going to take it to Olive Garden and say, just fill it up.
It's a mug. It's a mug that has a spaghetti, looks like spaghetti's on it.
This one's yours, Corey.
Oh, thanks, dude.
And the very back it says for spaghetti use only, so you guys are reminded that it's not for coffee, it's not for tea, it's not for syrup. spaghetti use. Bring it to work. You show your mom. And that's for,
Make us
that's for
proud,
$5 Patreon. You don't have to do that, but then you don't get a mug. So you make that choice yourself, dude.
Yep.
You did this to yourselves.
What, Corey, you do anything cool drift related this week?
This week, well,
What's up with your car?
it's about ready to be shipped out to California, actually.
For what?
I don't even know if I can mention this yet, but I really want to.
Fine.
Don't. I'll say that I'm working with an FD team currently out in California that is kind of going through and sorting out the car. And so we're going to deliver it out there.
Is Chris Forsberg building you a car, too?
No, and the team that I'm working with that's going through and completing the car and just kind of going over things is Field's a pretty solid team.
Field's a pretty solid team?
Yeah.
Was that you?
Just
No, that
Field.
wasn't. Nope. It's in Southern California.
I remember
This
you.
is
So I remember
Forsberg.
you on Facebook this week saying, "Hey, does anyone know anyone in California that builds cars?"
Yep. Nope, that's a different project. But
That's a different project.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that
Yeah.
this was related.
that's
to your,
for Drift Garage 8. So
This is related to your unbuilt drift car
Yeah.
that you were just on Facebook. Like,
No,
"Hi guys."
but because the thing is obviously made a lot of progress, and the thing is
have you made a lot of progress?
yes.
What have you done? What did you do
And
this week on it?
What did we do this week? Actually, I had a couple guys from a really good shop out here that builds a lot of the race cars. Came out, finished putting the accessories on, went through, got
Like windshield wipers and the guards over the windows that keep the sun out.
Yep, and then we put
Truck balls,
some wind socks, and what else did we do to it?
Hot dog holder.
Put a trailer hitch for the seat. So
Yep.
yeah, it was pretty good headway. But today we went with Chris in town. We went to the Lucas Oil Short Course off-road race, which was awesome. And the thing is you could go there as a spectator, but like for me, I go out there and check out just how the series is ran and how the teams represent themselves, but also the amount of money that is in the pits is freaking unbelievable.
Just like in briefcases, or
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, people just throw money everywhere. No, but it was a really cool event. So thank those guys, A.M. and McCain, for taking us out there to check out the event. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff is going on. Like I said, the car's going to be out in California in the next week after Orlando, and that's when we'll make the big announcement.
what's the big announcement?
Basically, I'm giving up drifting to play rugby,
Yep.
English rugby. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So I'm going to announce that next week.
Okay, good.
after
Just
Orlando.
make sure to wait to the
yeah,
announcement next week.
don't say it just yet.
Yeah. But when you're ready to announce it,
Yeah, I'm going to write up a big thing about how rugby kind of just
yeah.
changed my life, and it's a little bit cheaper,
a little bit.
and it's going to force me to get super muscular, and I can't. It's like the old football game. What is it when you give the friends a ball, you tackle them and you smear them? What is
Yeah,
it called?
Kiss the kids.
That's the one we
Kiss
used to
your
play in
friends.
high school.
So I've noticed that you've been bulking up a lot lately.
Yeah.
You've been drinking a lot of protein powder,
Yeah.
not working out because you don't want to hurt
No,
your
I've been
muscles.
watching P90X.
You don't want to hurt your muscles though. So
No,
you've
I
been
get
watching-
workout tapes and I watch them,
Yeah.
but
you got to watch them a lot.
yeah,
That's the point. Like, that's how you get that weight.
right. You watch them.
He's on a muscle milk only diet, which is pretty weird because it's just
Lactating muscle milk. I just been pouring it
I
out.
can just
Yeah.
imagine how those come up.
his eyes are really watery right now,
Yeah.
and it's real weird looking.
They're not watery. They're milky.
Paco, how much milk you drink this week?
I don't drink milk.
Is that a pickle jar over there, Sam?
Yeah, it is. That's where I keep my pickles.
Corey's having the
So sorry, talking about all this milk, I get very pickly, and I see this
You get the
empty
pickle
jar over
craves.
here.
Well, usually Corey's dipping dill in his milk. That's what he usually calls it too. It's like, hey Sam, you want to come by this Saturday? I'm gonna be dipping dill.
Hey, leave the pickle jar out. We're coming by and dipping dills.
Yep. Paco,
But yeah, the muscle milk really jacked me
Yeah.
up. But go ahead, Pac.
Yeah.
Good.
I don't
I don't
feel
know. I think I want to hear more about this.
I don't feel very good right now, to be fair. But the muscle milk's
Paco, what have you been doing in the drifting world this week?
What am I doing to help the drifting world? Jeez, man.
not help, hurt it. What have you done to hurt drifting this week?
Oh man, there's so many
Yeah,
events.
it's been so many
There
moments.
was D1. There was
IDC today.
IDC. There was also so there was another one. Wait,
New Zealand.
Yeah.
The what's that? The Demon Energy Drink Drift Series D1 New Zealand.
so like that. There was like 3 drift events.
Did you watch all 3?
No.
What the is wrong with you, dude?
Well, obviously I got sick again. So
Oh, that's cool.
Can't wait
yeah,
for you. I swear to
Friday-
God, if you get me sick, I'm just telling you right now.
Friday and
you get me
Thursday.
sick-
Oh, don't worry. I have my medicine right here.
That doesn't have. I'm gonna stab
That's
you
just
in
gonna
the.
clear
I'm
out
gonna
your
stab
pipes.
you with a dill pickle.
But the tofu van is stripped. It's ready for being sandblasted. And after it's all nice and clean, bare metal, we're finally ready to put the wanji on it. Something drift related.
That's
Right.
cool.
Well, that's
Do you know
gonna-
what sucks right now? Is Sam's the only guy that's a running drift car. And I think that's bullshit.
Well, I don't know. Kind of.
What do you mean, kinda?
Is it still running? I heard Turk was the last one to drive it.
Yeah, he kind of turked a little bit,
Yeah.
but
So Sam, tell me this.
well, the good news is Forsberg's had lots of time to work on it.
What
So
have you done to hurt the drift community this week?
This week, I hurt the drift community by
By being here.
yeah, I'm right here giving you this show and giving you all the facts on it right now that are incorrect. So people come to the show for reliable
Right.
drift information, and right now we're talking about pickles and muzzle milk. So that's the main way I've heard the drift community. Other than that, I did some more videos that were not drifting related. I went back to Penske Auto Sports Center. Ooh, this actually hurt the drift community. I knocked my most expensive lens off of a table.
That's cool.
And probably working for free that day and paying all the repairs and that. So that's pretty sweet. And that's
That's
hurting.
cool.
That's hurting the drift community, I guess.
Yeah, that is. No videos being made.
Yep.
Camera's broken. You're just done.
Mhm.
You might lose your job.
Yeah. No, I actually rented a BD lens, as I call it. BD stands for.
Void dinger.
No, I rented a sweet lens for Orlando, so that's gonna work. But yeah, I'm very excited to go out to Formula Draft Orlando. My least favorite track of all time. And
I heard the camera angles and the spots you can shoot in is just awesome.
Yeah, pretty much anywhere where a spectator is, you can also
shoot from there.
shoot a
too.
camera up if you want.
That's cool.
You got to so you point at the toilet bowl.
Yep.
Just fire away, let it rip.
Yep. They call that the dill tickle.
The dill tickle,
Yeah.
dill tickler.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Is there any other drift news that you saw this week? Did you see? What did you think of D1?
How do you think they got the name D1?
Well, there was one D
Drift
to,
one.
to start them all.
Daigo, I think he lost in top 16 on the Corvette.
His crazy new car didn't
Yeah,
go as
he-
fast.
Nakamura won
he backed it up.
King of Europe.
He backed it up and yep. So yeah, so Daigo backed his Corvette into the tire wall.
That's cool.
Yeah, Nakamura won that event, which
Yep.
it was like a lot of people was like, nah, he's not professional enough.
Can you imagine those Japanese guys like, he's not gonna win it. Nah,
This guy's not gonna do
this
very
guy's
well.
not gonna watch him.
No, that one was on where was that?
Ugh.
Okay.
God.
We're
So
just having fun.
give us those
talking.
drift facts later, Paco.
Yeah.
Alright, let's have it. Muy buenas tardes, gracias por llamar a Maximum Driftcast. Estamos aquí transmitiendo desde Tempe, Arizona, y ahora tenemos con nosotros a un invitado muy especial. Buenas tardes, ¿cuál es su nombre?
Stop! Oh my God!
I didn't understand all that
Sorry.
Mexican.
What?
Yeah, can I speak in Spanish? That'll be great.
Oh.
Paco will translate.
All right. So this is Paco.
Or I can translate.
This is Paco's brother on the phone. What's your name, Paco's brother?
What's up?
What's your name, Paco's brother?
Alex Heilbrunn.
Oh, that's how you say it. Nice, dude.
That sounds totally.
All right. Well, now
like
that we
in
finally
Spanish.
know how to say your name, thanks for calling in, and we'll talk to you later.
Thank you. Goodbye.
We're gonna finally tell everyone in FD and Jared and everyone else that your name is not Heilbrunn or
Alex Heilbrunn.
Hold the broom.
or Alec Hold the Broom. Nope.
It's not Alec either. It's
Alex.
I know. Well, that's why I said Alec. That's a joke.
Alex
that's a
Heilbrunn.
bit.
How do you say your last name again?
Well, it depends how you want to say it, you know?
Let's do the Spanish version and let's do the English version.
Why don't you do the English first? Let's see how you say it.
All right. Heilbrunn.
Is that good?
Nah, it's
Was that
more like Heilbrunn.
Heilbrunn.
Heilbrunn?
Heilbrunn.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Paco's
Yeah.
got no problem.
Nice.
Obviously.
Paco,
No big
yeah,
deal.
Paco nailed it.
So you just decided during Long Beach to start winning, right? So you went to Pro 1 last year. You won like crazy in Pro 2. And then this year in Pro 1, you're like, you know what? I think I'm going to win just about everything, or at least podium. Why'd you decide to win this time?
Yeah, well, that's been our goal from the beginning. You know, last year was all new tracks and new competitors. So we also had a new car, and we're trying to figure out a lot of things. So things were kind of hard at the beginning, but now we know the field, we know the tracks, and the car is working really good with no issues. So yeah, our goal is gonna try to win every event for sure.
There you go.
You were second place in Long Beach with a very hard fought ladder up to
Yep.
Dean, And then you did second place at
Friday.
Friday.
Motegi Drift.
No, that was a Formula Drift, Super Drift.
Yeah, Super Drift now.
Yep.
And then Saturday.
And then Saturday.
Motegi Super Drift.
Saturday, then did you win, or you second? I forget.
Second as
Saturday
well.
we got second again. Yep.
So second all 3 times, which is insane. And
Just
an insane
badass. I mean,
That's an insane accomplishment, though.
consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's we had some good runs. We trying to keep everything the same and be constant. We know everyone out there is taking themselves out at some point. So everyone that's doing really good through the past years are the ones that don't take themselves out and try to be constant. So that's what we're trying here.
And it seems like having a reliable car as well. Has your car changed at all from last year? Or you just keep on sticking with what you know?
Yeah, well, we have a new chassis because after that crash we had with Dai in Seattle, the car was pretty bent up.
Oh.
So we just changed the chassis, but everything else we kept the same because at the end of the year we had a really reliable package and we wanted to keep that package for this year so we can focus on driving and not trying to figure out what's going on with the car every time.
Nice.
And was the car that you ran in Pro 2 the same car you ran the first season of your Pro 1?
It was the same car as we ran last year, yes. But we tried doing some more power last year, so that gave us a little bit of problems with the setup at the beginning.
Got it.
And what you've got an LS in your E36 BMW, right?
E46.
E46.
Yeah, 46.
What motor do you have in there?
It's an LSX 7.4 liter with a 4.5 Whipple supercharger. So, yeah, it's pushing around 1,000 horsepower and 1,000 torque.
Yeah,
No big deal.
no big deal. And what do you think clicked for you this year that hasn't occurred previous years? I mean, you obviously have experience now in Pro 1, which is helpful, but what has changed for you?
Well, the bigger thing is experience. Actually, last year, it's our first year in Pro 1. It's our first year driving with all these really good drivers, and it's all new, so you don't really know who you're going against, how they drive. So having a year in, it just makes everything a lot smoother, and I know what to expect now from most of the drivers. So it makes things a lot easier.
I want to kind of go back to your first year in Pro 2. How do you feel the competition or the driving is different versus Pro 2 to Pro 1? And do you feel Pro 2 was a good enough platform to get you ready for Pro 1?
Yeah, well, it's a big gap between Pro 2 and Pro 1. In Pro 2, we were a lot of new guys. Yeah, that's
Was that a large boat that just went by you?
no.
Yeah.
His electric toothbrush was going off.
Okay.
Yeah, in Pro 2 we were all like new guys, and
Right.
everyone's trying to go really hard. No one's really sure, new tracks for everyone, new competition, and new cars for a lot of people too, trying to make more power to be able to compete in FD, and be faster. So it was a big jump for me going into Pro 1. All these guys have so much more experience and are so much more consistent. So it's a lot harder to beat them, and they've been driving the tracks also for a long time,
Right.
So it's driving the tracks and getting to know like how you can adapt to each of them. It's very important when you have to drive at such a high competitive level and not make no mistakes, So experience plays a lot.
Right. So going back, you got your Pro 2 license through Top Drift, right?
Yeah, Top Drift.
So how would you consider that jump from Pro-Am to Pro 2? So if you have these guys making the transition, these guys getting their Pro 2 license from Pro-Am, would you consider there's a big jump from Pro-Am to Pro 2? Or is it very similar? And how would you, the second follow-up question is, how would you, or what would you suggest for these guys planning on making the jump to prepare for it?
Yeah, so at least from my experience at Top Drift, the competition was really good. It was very competitive. There were a lot of really good drivers, but the tracks were slow. So the biggest difference is the speed at what we're driving. So going from Willow Springs, that is third gear, not very fast initiations and not very fast tracks, to going to compete in Pro 2, where the year I did Pro 2, we had to do Seattle and we had to do Texas, and those are fast tracks.
Oh,
So that's for me what was to be competitive at a new speed. So
Got it.
Ah. That's really good input because a lot of people talk about the differences in driving and the differences in cars, but that's the other thing to take into consideration is some of these pro-am organizations kind of put a leash on you on far as how fast you can go just because of the track size or whatever they use, and that is a big difference even from driving style to car setup. I'm sure the speed difference is something that you kind of have to tune yourself for because I'm sure it's kind of nerve-wracking at first making that big jump, especially going to Seattle.
yeah, it's one thing being right next to another driver at 30 miles an hour and then being right next to them at probably like 85, 90 miles an hour, So,
Yeah.
and then you have a wall right next to you, which you don't have in many of the pro-am tracks also. So it gets more exciting.
Yep.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Pro 2 tire rule that they're implementing this year of having a maximum tire width, and how would that have affected you, do you think, when you were running, if you had to abide by that tire rule?
Yeah, well, that's a whole new different game, Now you're not trying to fit your style kind of thing. You're trying to accommodate yourself to this rule.
Yeah.
So I don't really know, I would probably gone with a different car, try to get something lighter in order to compensate for the tire size, So I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to keep the field closer, and it's going to make the jump from Pro-Am to Pro 2 maybe easier as far as car builds.
Yeah.
I can see that.
It's definitely interesting to hear you say, though, that you might have a completely different chassis because of this rule, because you would have gone with something less heavy-hitting and a lighter package, obviously.
No,
Oh,
So what...
Yep, I'm here.
sorry.
I thought I lost you for a second. So what is... how did you get started with... Or do you have one more, Paco, in this
I was
topic?
gonna say, like,
Yeah.
let's take it back a lot further.
Yeah, well, I want to talk about first, before your life, what's drifting in Peru like?
Drifting in Peru is a lot of fun, actually. So
really?
I started when I was like 18. I used to downhill mountain bike before that, and
Oh, yeah.
after a big crash I had, I ended up saying like it's been enough. It's really tough. It's a really tough sport. It's really, really competitive, and to be up in we were running the South American Championship, and
Nice.
there were a lot of really committed guys, So you take a beating for a long time until I was over it. So I sold all my bikes, and just like any other guy, got a 240 and started driving on the streets, So
I love how Formula Drift is full of injured young athletes.
Yeah.
Like there's so many young athletes out where like you got Alec Hanadel, who was injured doing jet skiing, and you have dudes like Turk that were good on a motorcycle, a dirt bike, but still like just too extreme, too hardcore.
Yeah.
And then
You got
guys like-
Odie, the former yogurt eating competitor.
Odie was a yoga instructor. He
Yeah.
injured his ankle real bad doing
Yeah.
yoga instruction.
And then you have Harry Berry, the yogurt slinger.
Yeah.
And, so
Vaughn was a competitive eater.
yeah,
He
so
was-
it just ruptured his
He
stomach.
ruptured his stomach, and then he started drifting.
That's a good
Haven't
shit.
lost the weight since.
So is there a big drifting in Peru? I actually haven't heard much about drifting in Peru before.
yeah. So no, drifting in Peru started. I would say the championship started in 2012. That was the first year we took the championship to the actual racetrack we have in Peru. Before that, there was a small championship that took place in like an airport base, but there was a championship, but it was not like really formal. So after 2012, the national championship called Pro Drift started organizing the events, and since then it's been going on every year. We have 5 rounds at our national track, and there's more and more people getting into it. So I think it's growing, and it's hard down there because we don't have a lot of engines and a lot of cars, so
Yeah.
everything gets imported either from Japan or from here from the US, and we have to figure out what we have down there, so it's cool. There's a lot of things, a lot of places where you can go drive that are not exactly racetracks, but there's
But imported cars over there are pretty expensive. Is that correct?
it depends. There's all kind of things. You can find cheap 240s and Toyota hatches, and they're more expensive than here because there's not as many.
Yep.
But they're still pretty cheap. I got my first 240 for around $7,000. So
Tax.
yeah, it was an SR S13 with like nice coilovers and a two-way diff. No, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Considering it's down there,
Yeah.
that's a lot more expensive.
What are the import laws? Are you allowed to get a newer Japanese car? Because like in America, you have to wait 25 years essentially before you can bring over a Japanese car.
Same thing down there. It either has to be 2 years old or 25,
Right.
So
how did you make that leap from being were you I mean this like half jokingly, half real, or are you the best drifter in Peru and then were you just like this is too small for me, I need to go to Formula Drift, or how did that leap occur?
We got to work with Falcon in Peru. The first year they started supporting drifting down there, so I got to go to an event and drivers from the US team go to. So I got to meet a couple guys there, and after we won the championship in 2013, I was actually still in college, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna transfer to a university in California and try to do pro-am for a couple of years. Hopefully I get my license, and we'll see after that,
Yep.
So I came here, transferred to a university in Orange County, and started doing pro-am. We got our license our first year, and after that we decided, like, I think we're gonna try to make to do FD this after the first year.
Yeah.
So after that, you've heard about me ever since. So.
What were you driving on Pro-Am?
The first event I drove an S13 I bought from Forest.
Nice.
Stock 1J, pretty much one of those cars. And then I built an E46 with an LS3 at the middle of the season. So yeah.
So you did 1 year of Pro-Am and got your license right away?
Yes, I got my license in the first year. Actually, I was lucky that the guy that got first that year already had a license, and I got fourth, so I got the last license. So
nice. It works pretty good. I see you bought one of our Arizona drivers' car, which, by the way, we have some story.
Oh yeah,
here.
I forgot that you bought Vitaly's car, right?
Yeah,
the S13.
yeah.
How have you destroyed that? You having fun with that car?
What? No, I was looking for a car to drive outside of the BMW, So with not a lot of time to be here because I'm always flying back to Peru, I don't really have a lot of time to build my own car. So, and that was a good car. I know Vitaly. He's a really cool guy, and he knows how to build really good cars. So I could trust him that was a good car I could have, and so he gave me a pretty good deal on it. So.
Nice. Because funny fact.
As I say, it's not that good of a car though, because I beat that car in competition with a stock KA.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
What competition was that?
There was a drifting competition here in Arizona, and this is like my first competition, and it was raining. It was pouring rain.
Oh, that's right.
And I had my stock KA S14 that I've never actually driven in competition, and and I just didn't spin essentially.
Did you guys win one more time?
Yeah, we even one more time because
guys won one more time?
he spun, and then my follow was so bad that they made it one more time, and then he unfortunately spun again because of the rain, and my little KA with my 140 horsepower just kept not going because he had like his 300, 400 horsepower 1J essentially, which was not ideal in pouring rain, and no big deal. So it's pretty much like I've beaten.
You're
Alex
1-0
when you think about it.
You're
At a
1-0.
certain point.
I've kind of beaten Alex Heilbrunn on track.
Wow.
Which is
Well, now
pretty
your car's up for sale too. So
Congratulations, Sam.
Alex wants a championship-winning car. You can buy yours.
Yeah, it's championship of the round. That's what I want. Well, that's pretty cool, though. Yeah, I was excited when I saw that, seeing that car live in a pro drifter's hands. Awesome welding on that car. That's what it's always noticed with it. So where do you go from here? What's your plan for FD this year aside from obviously winning?
What's my
What's
we're
your
going
strategy?
to just try to stay calm, try to drive consistently and keep doing what we're doing, not get overexcited for nothing, and just stay calm and keep driving.
What would you tell other new guys in the sport? Because you've progressed through from Pro-Am to Pro 2 to Pro 1 to now podiuming in Pro 1 in about 4 years. What's your biggest piece of advice for dudes that are looking to follow in your footsteps?
Well, it's very important to stay focused and be smart about your driving. You have to look at the good guys and learn as much as you can from everyone, and that way you adapt to all the drivers and be able to compete at the highest level.
Nice.
And I think you kind of said earlier too, is reliability in your car seems to be a common thing that a lot of new guys have problems with because they're doing these 1,000 horsepower motor builds to try to keep up with dudes like you, but then they don't have the knowledge or the team to keep those things running.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's a learning curve, because you kind of need the power in order to be competitive. So you have to be able to make it reliable, and maybe you don't need 1,000 horsepower, but if you can have enough where it's good for your car and for your setup and for your style, then you can make it work. But yeah, for sure, it's very important to have a reliable car that allows you to focus on your driving and you're not always worrying about what the car is gonna do next.
Yeah. Did you ever imagine yourself battling James Dean for the first place at Long Beach ever?
No, not really. He's been a driver I've always looked up to. He has a lot of really cool videos and stuff. But yeah, it was a cool battle and it was a really cool event. We had some of the best drivers and we were able to beat most of them. So
what's your opinion on Dean's driving?
I really like his style. He's aggressive. He goes really committed, and he's always really constant, which is the most impressive thing. Being able to go that hard and stay on track every time. That's what gets you the wins.
Yeah. Well,
as I say, he's a really crazy follower, as we've seen at the first event this year. What's he like to follow? Is he an easy guy to follow? Is he hard to follow?
Yeah, he's not easy or not hard. I don't think there's an easy or a hard driver to follow. But he's gonna go committed and he's gonna stay smooth. So that's always nice. But he throws really big angle, which is sometimes hard to match. So
right.
There's easy and hard things about his style.
So obviously you have one of the fastest cars in the paddock in Pro 1. Who's some other cars that you ran against that you were kind of blown away with the speed that the cars were going at?
There's all kinds of cars, and sometimes they run slow, sometimes they run fast. So it's kind of tricky. But there's Vaughn's car is really fast in a straight line. Last year I got ditched in the drag race 3 times by him.
Well, and then you also had hopefully you got to see one of the videos that I made with Vaughn. He was talking about his 2016 season, and he said his favorite battle of the year was with you in New Jersey. 'Cause you guys went one more time, once or twice, I
Yeah.
don't remember. But that was his favorite battle of all of 2016 was going up against you because you
Nice.
guys went so hard against each other in New Jersey. It was one of the most exciting things to
Yeah,
film.
yeah, that was a really cool event too. You know, that New Jersey track is so demanding, and that first initiation is quite extreme. You know, so being like going against Vaughn and having to go basically full speed, it was really exciting, and we had a really good battle. But again, you know, his car was so fast out of the gate that
Yeah.
he got a little edge that time. But
Well, there's another thing, another driver that I kind of want to talk about that we've seen a lot of activity between you two, and that was between you and Matt Field. And that was at the Super Drifts this 2 weeks ago or so.
Yep.
And he keeps bringing up the fact that you hit him. What?
Before we go there, just because here's the thing, when that happened, Formula Drift's camera went offline, so there's no
Yeah.
footage.
Really?
And yeah, this is the craziest thing. Like usually, the camera that's facing the drivers coming off the initiation
Yep.
line, that camera gone. So they moved to the second camera, which pretty much you get the vision coming from Power Alley.
Yep.
Yep.
And then it's like, okay, well, I guess we're watching this, and then suddenly there's both you and Phil backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of missed. He missed the whole thing. What
So,
happened?
so
That's what happened.
do you want to tell us
Yeah,
what happened?
I wish that was on camera because it would have
Yeah.
been quite exciting to watch. Yeah, what happens is that basically we initiated and my front tire touched his front tire, and I would jumped right above his hood, because
the old jumpy.
one tire.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my front left touched his front right, and then it was like a split second, and we bounced out of each other, So
Yeah, so it was nothing like intentional, like I'm going to do some dirty drive and run him off the road. It was more like, no, I'm running his door, and this is what I
Well,
got
whose-
for running so close.
Whose fault is it? Did he slow down? Did you speed up?
you all these things people say, but we're just out there driving. No one's trying to bump into each other or like
Yeah.
Right.
rush into each other or nothing. It's just really competitive, and we go really close. So
Yeah.
sometimes instead of touching his door as many drivers do on that first corner,
Yeah, you get
Our
sucked into the wheel.
both of our tires
So-
touch it, and yeah, that
So
was
you
it.
initiated literally next to him. So
Well, he was also texting and driving, which I don't
Right,
recommend.
eating a Big
Alex, Alex.
Yeah, so he was texting. Matt Field was eating an ice
He
cream
was
cone.
texting Matt Field, telling him to slow down.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm trying to cut up, man.
Hey, Matt, slow down. I'm going to come up on a
Like,
rub of
watch,
wheels.
watch me. Like, hold on my beer.
Yep.
Watch this trick.
Hold my beer and then.
Watch this trick.
So you had a bunch of crazy battles over the course of those three events, of course. But let's talk a bit about Long Beach. So first in 32, you went up against everyone's least favorite dude to go up against. That's Byron, and Byron
Yep.
is out there, and he's vicious. He's
What car
mean.
was Byron driving that run?
It's a
Wonder Woman's.
a
it's
Buick
a-
LeSabre?
it's a Buick LeSabre, and it's black and blue,
With
purple and-
American flag down the hood?
It's black and blue and purple all over, and American flag down the hood. But Alex thankfully passed Byron,
and beat him.
beat him, beat
Clean.
Byron.
Not even one more time.
And then you went up against Juha Rinnatin 1010, and how was that battle like? We've seen Juha around a little bit now, but we haven't heard a lot from. We haven't talked to him on the show, have we?
No.
We'd like to. What was it like going against Juha? Have you driven with him before, and what do you think of him as a competitor?
Yeah, we drove together all our year in Pro 2, and he's a really good driver, He goes hard and he's fast too. So he had a good chase run after our first lead, and then when we were to chase, he crashed a wall pretty hard and like straightened and then reinitiated. So
Uh-huh.
we managed to stay behind and keep some distance, avoid some contact there and finish a run. So yeah, it's hard when you're at Long Beach and the guy in front of you smacks a wall.
Yeah.
You don't really know where he's gonna go or where
Yeah.
you're gonna go behind him. So
Is it super scary doing tight tandem with him because of his scary skull livery? Like you're just driving close to him, and then you see this like skull brain.
Great
Yeah.
sound.
The brain skull is
And then
yelling
he
at
hits
you.
the wall and has the runs.
And then he- Like I would be spooked out.
Dude,
Like,
think about that's probably a tactic. Cause like
Yeah.
I'm on his door, watch this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna scare him by smoking the skull off my door on the wall.
and then the other side of the coin though is, let's say, Corey, that someone you're going up against gets a hot dog sponsor.
oh, I'd be screwed.
And it's a big no. You do the tightest tandem of your life.
I'd call 5 minutes.
You're just gonna try to chase that door down. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna do a picture of Goatsy on the side of my car,
door.
so
So
that
people
way.
will try to back down.
Yeah,
Or,
I'm gonna be sponsored by the internet. I'm gonna have Tub Girl on one side and Goatsy on the
and
other.
a jar squatter on the back.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. I don't.
Oh
want
my God! Don't look.
Okay, so your battle of Juha, it went into the wall. It wasn't a fully soft. You know, we didn't see the full battle.
No, he got scoliosis and hit the wall.
Jesus. And then you went up against some schmuck named Freddie Osboat.
Oh, that'd be an interesting run to hear
That's
about.
a top 8.
Yeah, what did you think about going against Frederick? Because
What?
we've seen some discussion about his lead run tactics. How do you feel about following Freddie?
Yeah, well, we always going against Frederick is really exciting. You know, he's one of the best drivers out there, and we know he was gonna be really tough to beat. But yeah, he had been slowing down on that area. That could be just because that was his line he was taking. I don't know. You know, it's everyone drives differently, and people judge. You know, they say he's slowing down or he's like doing that on purpose. But I don't really think or feel like a lot of drivers do a lot of things on purpose. It just happens sometimes.
Yeah.
So we knew he had slowed down in that area a couple of runs before, so we were expecting that.
So your spotter was doing a good job in letting you know that this was an area where you should watch out for a speed variable.
Yeah, if you start like slowing down at the same time as he does, then it's a lot easier to like maintain drift behind them as if you're in the full attack and then he slows down and you have to brake really hard, you know. So,
But then if he doesn't slow down there, then you're left in the dust. Like just to think about it though, not that I'm not insinuating that he's on purpose sandbagging people, but let's say that he doesn't slow down this run, and this is just something that follow drivers have to think about. Is that yeah, he's not slowing, or he's slowing down in this area, then suddenly you're planning to slow down here, and then he doesn't, and he leaves you in the dust.
But that's what supposedly the judges are watching.
Yeah.
You have to do.
Yeah, no, the judges are watching, and also there's to brake because there's a U-turn coming up, you know. So either if you start slowing down before or maybe a little after, you're gonna start slowing down either way. So
Well, you look at you go back to the Kristaps situation where Kristaps had a mild gap, and he was accelerating through that outer zone, and that's coincidentally where Osbo was trying to set himself up for that transition or ran a little wide, and then obviously Kristaps smoked him and spun out and lost. But Kristaps obviously blamed it on, there's a specific line that you need to run. It's an outer zone. Osbo was saying he went too far. He checked up, slowed down. But Kristaps kept saying, especially in the driver's meeting, you accelerate through that zone right before the concrete, and then you start decelling. So everybody was using the argument that he was decelling way before the decel zone.
Right.
Did you feel he was doing that with you?
he was definitely slower in that area, but that's you as a chase driver have to adapt to the front driver. So
if he's consistent, that's fine. But
right,
if he's changing,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in my opinion, he slowed down on the diesel zone. So
The judges don't call it that way.
well,
though.
but I was having a little bit of back and forth with some of the judges and talking about defining where the deceleration zone starts with either a line on the track or cones, and they were saying that they thought of putting an actual line on the track, but the people from the Long Beach track said that they didn't want to put any kind of spray or line on the track.
think about how often they have to reapply that though too, with tires shredding over that. But
I think just 2 cones.
But again, that's also
It'll be
I'm
easier to
worried
define.
that gets too technical, like we did the one year with the super technical year with the cone blowing over.
Oh,
It's like
and the
I'm
speed
afraid
guns
I'm afraid to put more.
Well, but that was just more rules. But if you have
Yeah.
less rules, you still have to make sure you implement those 100%
I'm
correctly.
still not sure about it.
So I don't know.
What? Just to step back up for a second. Long Beach was your first time. The first time driving at Long Beach was last year as a Pro 1 dude. Well, is that an extremely intimidating track as a dude that just gets into the Pro 1 circuit?
Yeah, it's a special track, and last year was a lot harder because we had all those weather conditions throughout the weekend.
Right.
So yeah, that first turn, it's a 90-degree and there's a wall right in front of you.
Right.
So yeah, after the first couple of runs, you get used to the turn and like if you get on the gas at the right time, you're not gonna hit that wall. But
It's just so crazy.
I hit it like 15 times, so I guess I don't know still where that point is. So
It's crazy though that you take your brand new car that you just built for the top level of drifting in the world, some may say, and then you have to take your car, this brand new baby that you built, and throw it against a wall that you can't see the exit of the corner. Like that, you're trained to look at the exit of the corner. That's where your eyes always are, but you literally can't see it when you hop around that corner in Long Beach. But that's got to be very difficult to do as a new guy in the sport.
yeah, that's where the difference comes, between the guys that have been driving for 15 years and all the new guys.
Yeah.
So you get there and you have to adjust. You have to adjust fast, and you need to get used to the truck. So it's scary at the beginning, but after you get a couple of runs in and you get confident, then you can start driving.
So it sounds like there's a big advantage for you doing what you did in Long Beach this year, and hopefully we're going to see you do the rest of the season. Is last year you kind of got your feet wet and you got to feel what Pro 1 is like, and you've now thrown down lines at all these tracks, and you slowly learned the tracks last year, but now this year you're coming back with knowledge, you're coming back with how to run a team better, I'm sure, and yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see you. I'm excited to see what you can pull out at Formula Drift this year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we are too. So
we were just having like that conversation last week with Joey Redmond from Rec Magazine.
yeah,
We're talking about like all this hype happening behind James Dean. And I remember I even made a post on my personal Facebook saying, like, come on, guys, like, slow down. Like, James Dean is doing great, absolutely.
Yeah, he's going to be a competitor
But
the whole season.
but don't forget, like, I mean, Alex Heilbrunn finished second on a very solid second.
Yeah.
And, he hasn't been, like, 10-time champion of all these other, competitions. You guys are about the same age, probably. And you're also not an American driver. So
Yeah. But all we're saying is that the hype train for Dean is maybe a little bit overblown, and the hype train for you is a little bit underblown. I think
that's a good topic, though.
People need to start blowing on Alex, and less blowing on Dean.
Take some blowers on Dean and put them on Alex.
Yeah, I'm saying it right now. I am blowing Alex.
Whoa, Paco, Jesus,
on.
man!
Yo.
We are so sorry, Alex.
Alex,
We
we didn't mean to go down that road.
Boy.
No, but that's an interesting topic
Blowing
because
for Alex.
Also, before you say that, I wanted to say to kids on the internet, I really like James Dean, and stop saying that I don't like him if I'm just saying that the hype train is maybe a little bit overblown.
Who said you don't
No,
like
Kids on the internet are talking
It's-
butts to me.
It's interesting because James has been drifting for many years. He actually competed in FD prior to this. He stepped away. He created a lot of hype out in IDC and other European series. And then who sold the fact that he's going to be the biggest star this year? The internet created this huge hype. Why didn't Alex get that hype? It's a marketing thing. It really is strictly a marketing thing that blows that out of proportion.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things that kind of runs itself unless the driver can obviously dictate his marketing and blow it out.
Yeah, well, but he won the event and I got second, so for sure he should have more exposure than I do, right?
Stop being so nice, dude.
Yeah, no.
Have you seen race car drivers in America? You got to talk shit, man. Stop being so nice. All right, so before we get to the James Dean battle, though, in the semifinals, you went up against our good buddy Odie. What was it like going against Odie?
Yeah, well, that was probably the toughest battle we were coming in all weekend. Odie is for me one of the best drivers out there, and he was doing really solid, especially in that car. So we were running not the fastest setup all weekend, just because we felt more smooth and more constant with the car the way we had it set up. So once we had to face Odie, we had to change the setup a little bit and get the car grippier so we can keep up with him. So that was kind of scary, going into a new run with a new setup. It's always different.
Yeah.
Right. And you are running fuel suspension on your car too, right?
Yeah.
So Odie is the one that's helping you dial in your setup.
Yep.
And I'm sure you guys
always helping me go faster than him.
Help me, help you.
and I'm sure you guys are buddies, and you talk about suspension, geometry, and setup up until the battle that you go against each other. But then when it's against each other, I'm sure it's,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a couple of seconds in there, but after that, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's a plan of the outsiders to take over America.
Yeah,
That's
you know,
what
it's
it
just you look at that battle, it's just two dudes
Yeah.
going at it.
Well, I'm really working to get this wall up around Paco, and we'll see if we need to put one around Peru as well. that keeps airplanes out, right?
Maybe.
Okay, cool.
You'd take a lot of people to build that one, but yeah.
So what happened during that battle with Odie? How did you prevail?
That battle, he ended up making a mistake, coming out of the smoke into the last transition, and that gave me the win. I think other than that, we may have gone one more time again. It was really close. It's a really tight track, and when both drivers are doing good, it's really hard to take a winner when they don't make a mistake. So yeah, he had that small mistake on the last corner, and that took him out.
Yeah, I remember watching from the tower with these two nerds next to me, and we were just saying like the battle between you and Odie, and the one more time, like we weren't looking to see who was the better driver at this point, because you guys were both driving 100%, which was so rare to see, just these two drivers that are doing almost perfect lines, perfect runs. So then you're just waiting essentially for someone to make a mistake, which is kind of like what you said earlier about your tactic, and it is just, of course, don't make mistakes.
Yeah, that's when everyone's driving at their best. It comes up to whoever is doing less mistakes. So
right.
Yeah, at that point, I started hating you a little bit because Odie Bakshis was the only leftover driver rocking our body kits. So I was like,
you knocked out all of Paco's body kits.
Oh, you beat all two F guys.
Yeah, but it's still, I mean, obviously.
As long as you keep on giving away free body kits to
Oh,
everyone.
Rocket Bunny prevails.
Well, there'll be some E46 stuff down pretty soon. So
Boom.
we'll see. You never know.
All right, so then we get to the battle we've been talking about all the show already, is you and James Dean, which was I don't think there wasn't any controversy. There was a clean battle.
James the cream cheese Dean.
Yeah, the cheese dinger, Diener, is that what you call him?
Cheese Diener.
Yeah, and he just, how do you think he beat you?
Yeah, well, I had a mistake. I overshot that last corner, and he came right in the right place. So he didn't do that mistake on his lead run, and both our chase run were pretty close, but I made that mistake on my lead run that I missed that last clipping point by a lot, and that he actually ended up catching my front tire coming around the turn.
Yeah.
So I think that was it. I didn't catch the clip, and then I didn't make it out to the last outside wall. So yeah, I think it was quite clear for me what happened there.
What do you think caused that mistake on your end?
Well, we were trying to run as hard as possible and ended up braking a little too late.
Yeah, driver error. Okay, just making sure that it wasn't car error.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that at that point, were you able to control your emotions? Were you able to stay grounded and stay focused, or was the hype and the excitement kind of getting to you, do you think?
No, I always try to stay calm and finish the run. I learned from last year that the run is not finished until you finish it. So don't get too excited mid-turn when you're like right on his door, and then there's still one more corner to go, and
it just seems like BMW drivers have a little bit of a temper. Like I think this is the point where like the whole video stops, and then there's like scenes of like different scenes, like Chelsea Denova jumping on somebody else's car, and Christoph's yelling from his window, and then Corey not using his turn signals.
Nope.
So.
Is that the first thing you did on your BMW and you got it, is remove the turn signals, or were they already taken out?
And was it true?
No.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, what was?
No, I was just going to ask you, is it true that your racing gloves doesn't have fingertips on them?
Yeah.
Why would that be?
You'd wear perforated leather gloves more
Yeah,
so.
there's leather driving gloves.
Yeah.
You keep your driving gloves in the glove box.
He's just sponsored by leather
where they belong.
in general.
Company leather.
Yeah. So what do you?
Nah.
Nah. So what do you do in going into Orlando? What's your plan there?
Just the same one as last race, Try to stay consistent, stay focused on my driving, and keep going through the event. We're gonna see how the track looks this year. Hopefully, it's the same as last year, and we don't have any
Same
rain.
terrible track with a big jump in the middle and a bunch of
Yeah.
really hard on suspension going off.
And water everywhere.
Yeah, water everywhere, going off the wall, onto the wall. Super hot.
I just want to see Jeff Jones's attire again.
Oh my God, that's my favorite.
That was the highlight of the week.
What happened? I forget.
When Jeff Jones's tire fell off
Yep.
and he kept driving.
He almost lost to Byron.
Yeah. Well, sometimes your tire falls off. You got to glue it.
Oh, that happened in Orlando too on a BMW.
Hey, what
Sorry.
what setup wise? How are you setting up your car different from Long Beach?
Well, it's a big difference.
Right.
It's a steep bank and then a flat left. So we're gonna see how we set up the car with this new suspension kit we have. So I'm actually really excited to know how it does on a bank. We never driven it on a bank track yet, so we're gonna see how it feels.
You say new suspension as in feel suspension this year, or do you have new suspension from?
No, we're not running Wise Up anymore. We made our own kit.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
Yep.
Why was the change for that? Out of curiosity.
Well, we were working with Rick from RTS, and last year we were trying to make the car faster, and Wise Up it has some limitations, so we were trying to get around them, and we couldn't with that angle kit, so we thought we could do a lot of improvements doing our own kit, so we did, and it's actually worked pretty good.
Is this
Everyone, hold on real quick. Everyone on the show always is S in the Wise Fab D, which is great. I think their kits are obviously have helped a lot of people, but
Absolutely.
Alex is so good that he's better than Wise Fab, and he has to make his own stuff. I'm sorry, I'm talking shit, but no, it's really interesting though that you.
It is interesting.
What sort of customization did you want that it didn't provide?
What was that?
What sort of adjustability did you require? What inspired you to make your own setup?
Basically, we wanted more droop from tires, and we also wanted the angle range to be a little bit smoother on the the last 10% of
that
the
last
angle
one
you
it
have.
just pulls pretty hard, right?
Yeah, so that sometimes makes it's easier to make mistakes when the angle kit wants to lay at lock and then it doesn't want to come out of it. So that's something we were trying to figure out with a Wise Up kit, but we were having a hard time with it. So the new kit doesn't do that, and it's a lot smoother.
Is this kit gonna be available for every E46 driver out there?
Yeah, we are gonna put it on the market as soon as we finish testing it and developing everything.
Very
See,
cool.
I like that, man. Like a lot of R&D being done while during professional driving.
Yeah.
Right. So when is Vaughn going to release his kit, Sam?
Probably Tuesday.
Nice.
Yeah, he's gonna. Well, there's a ton of 2017 Mustang owners that's dying for a $20,000 angle kit.
Well, the thing about Mustang owners is they want to be able to get into the crowds faster.
And more angle.
And they have to look like they're going straight and without just at the drop of a hat being at full angle and just take spectators quick.
I don't think that's funny.
He just talked about running everybody over.
Yes, that's what Mustang people do. I mean, BMW drivers don't use.
What does
turn
RTR
signals.
stand for?
Ready to run over?
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
No, it doesn't. I can't say that. I won't. You're never going to get me to say that.
Yeah.
So if you go up against James Dean in Orlando, Alex, are you going to beat him this time?
Of course, I'm gonna try.
There you go. Stop being so humble.
He's
Just say
so
it.
nice.
I'm just trying to corner Alex into being
Alex
like, no, I'm gonna,
Heilbrunn.
I'm gonna. Ooh, Alex Heilbrunn.
Yeah.
I like that.
Alex Heilbrunn.
Well, I think we just gave him his name.
Yep.
Alex Heilbrunn.
Yeah, dude, we were asking people to help us give you a nickname a little earlier before the show started. They were coming with the craziest names. Obviously, we can't say those on the show.
Well, it's funny how we have levels of censorship. There's like ultimate censorship when we did our FD halftime show. There's a little bit of censorship which we have during this show, and then there's Facebook Live, where
Instagram
The whole
Live.
bar.
or Instagram Live, excuse me,
Everything goes.
where we just say what we gotta say.
We play the bass flute.
All right, do you want to hit some of these Instagram questions? Is it time?
Yeah, sure. I got one.
Over 60.
I'm going to read one right now.
All right, so we asked our fans on Instagram what they want to ask Alex Heilbrunn.
Yep. And this one is from Joey Boney 44.
Yep.
He wants to know who would win in a NASCAR race, Cole Trickle or Dill Pickle.
I don't know any of those, so I don't give a shit.
Which one, if you had to choose right now, just based off the names, it'd be Cole Trickle or Dill Pickle?
Just say Dill Pickle.
All right, Dill Pickle, cool.
Dill
All right,
Pickle,
good
Eddie.
choice. Dill Pickle did win that.
Hello?
Hey, can you
yeah,
hear us?
we-
Are we there? Can you hear us?
Yep, I'm
All right,
here.
All right, sorry. Yeah, so Dill Pickle would win, so good
Yep.
answer.
So, Bieber
Okay,
Babe.
whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Bieber Babe 420. He's he's.
XX Bieber Bay.
I'm not. We don't have to say the X's.
You
We're
have to.
on a first name basis now. We don't have to say X's anymore. Bieber Babe 420, long time caller, first time listener of the show. He says, "Have you considered getting a hood that fits, you dingus?"
Wow. What a dick.
And he's talking
It
about, of
just
course,
doesn't fit, you know?
it's because your huge supercharger is sticking out. Is that what he's talking about, or is he talking about something else?
I don't know.
Does your hood fit wrong, Alex?
Yeah, it doesn't fit, but there's nothing I can do. So.
It's about sending a message.
Okay, good.
I have a question from username Tofu Driftman.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
Paco.
who's
Well,
that
good job
guy?
on creating a name, Paco.
Who's
Whatever
that
happened to
guy?
that?
Here we go. Did you actually comment on our own Instagram post?
That wasn't me, but it has my same name. No, it is totally me.
Ugh.
God,
Alex
Paco.
Heilbrunn. Are you a Cusqueña or a Pisco Sour man?
Nice.
What?
A
What is?
pisco sour, I
There
think.
you
I don't
go.
even
My
know
man.
what are those.
Mommy.
Okay, we're probably going to be at Atlanta. We're all going to have a round of Pisco Sours.
What is? I don't know what
What's
that
a
is.
pico sour?
What's a pico de gallo?
Alex, tell these nerds what
What's
a
a pickle
Pisco
de sour?
Yeah, what's a pickle sour, dude?
Pisco sour is like a drink, you know, with pisco,
Pickles,
like egg,
pickle eggs.
and yeah.
You're really selling me here.
Sounds more like a breakfast.
I don't. It's pisco with egg and lime.
I guess.
But you have to like make it in a. I don't know how you call those things.
I have the powder stuff.
A
which
toilet
is-
bowl. You have to make it a toilet bowl, right?
No,
Yeah, but
That's where you go
pisco
after you
sours,
drink it.
You have to go drink pisco sour to Peru. Though pisco sour here is really, really bad.
Yeah. No, but I have the stuff actually from Peru. I have the
All right.
the little
Humble
the,
brag.
the packets.
Humble brag.
They're I mean because you don't have the egg all the time.
That's actually some
But it's
brag
like
brag.
a little powder packet that you pour in the pisco, mix it, and it tastes pretty much delicious.
Pretty much delicious. All right, Hub and Baron Drift. Why do you deserve to be Formula D sexiest man of the year? Would you say?
I don't know. That's not up to me. So
Oh, but you're not denying it. Cool.
Well, but the humbleness will definitely take you up there.
Yeah.
That's one way to go.
I don't know. Ladies like assertiveness. They like ladies who say that they're gonna beat up every other guy.
For the guys who are not watching the video portion of of the show, Corey and Sam
You just
are
put a gummy worm
like
in my mouth.
stuffing
An Australian gummy worm.
Australian gummy
Yep.
worms in their
All right.
mouths.
Alex Gold 55 says, "Why is the E46 chassis the best chassis for drifting? And do you actually think it's the best?" That's mine.
it's one that I really like a lot. You know, it's fast. It has a lot of grip and it gets a good angle. I like how it transition. It's a smooth car to drive because it's not that short. But there's a lot of awesome drift cars out there. So the best drift car out there is really hard to define.
Pick a side, dude. Kidding.
How about a two-part question right here?
All right.
One starts from Corolla Dave. What happened during the Matfield battle at Super Drift?
Really, we already talked about that.
Wait. How drunk was Alex Heilbrunn? And then part 2 of the question is Matfield actually saying like, exactly. Was he smoking some of that Peruvian Bam Bam or something?
So Matt Field obviously pleased with the.
As if Matfield has never run into anyone, you know?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh. Matt Field is a very.
Yeah.
Matt Field is maybe the most opinionated. I'm gonna win driver, and
And he has the shortest temper out of everybody.
Alex Humble Boom Boom over here, and he's just like, I don't know, man, doing my best.
Yeah, I'm just trying to run him down, man.
All good, man. All good.
Jerk 705 says, "Do you listen to Maximum Driftcast?"
I do sometimes.
Oh,
yeah.
really? Hell yeah!
Uh-huh.
Welcome to the show.
Which one is your favorite Spanish speaking host?
Oh, jeez, Paco.
¿Qué onda? ¿Cómo está? Muy bien, mi hueso de la way.
That was
Okay, Toga Party. Get it? Toga Party? It's like spelled like toge.
Oh,
like
Toga Party. Nice.
Who would win in a mud wrestling contest? You or Alec Conadell? Also, are you the same person?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah, great question.
I don't know. Set it up.
So, here we go. Now drifting's getting a lot sexier.
Yeah, it is.
Because I think that
You
as
have
far
a
as
I can't wait till we go back and ruin
You have
that.
a mission in Florida.
as far as like attractive guy contest, we got Alex.
Yep.
We've got Alec,
Yep.
and we got
Osmo.
Corey.
Dude, I would.
Well, but Corey's like it's.
Corey's
come on,
obviously
it's
number
not even
one.
fair.
Corey's number
Yeah.
one, and then you got Alec.
Well, I compete in
Alex.
the 200-pound class.
Yeah, for most attractive male.
Yeah.
You got the 200-pound class, and then
Yeah.
and then everyone else.
Yeah,
And
I'm in
on
the
top
senior
of that, we have
200-pound
Jeff
class.
Jones.
Yep. I compete against him, actually.
Yep.
He is my hardest competitor.
So, all right,
Corey, question?
Corey, you got
Yeah, I'm
one?
thinking of one right now.
Okay. We have one from 1089 Photography. What will you be doing if you weren't drifting?
I don't know.
Dead.
Probably
Sleeping.
I would not.
in college.
What were you studying in college previously?
Business.
Oh, good call.
all right.
Nice. dude.
Businessman. Okay. What did you do business with?
What do I do business with?
Yeah. When it's business time, how would you do business?
I have a couple of companies running in Peru right now.
Okay.
so,
No big deal.
It's the Peruvian connection.
What kind of companies do you run in Peru?
Jesus.
I have a precast concrete company where we build like everything from like precast concrete.
Okay.
Right
Which
up my alley.
you know what it is? I
Yeah,
don't know.
I'm a civil engineer.
Oh, brag,
Yeah,
Paco.
Humble brag.
Paco's
Humble brag, Paco.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, and then we have a manufacturing shop for clothes, so we do like uniforms and all kind of merchandising too.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Maybe
Skin-tight
Maybe we
jeans.
already found who's gonna make
The next Maximum Driftcast t-shirts.
yeah, the next
Yeah.
uniforms for like
How-
coordinates a uniform.
How
for his-
small can you make shorts for racing suits? So Corey's looking for a racing suit.
shorts.
No, but it's like it's gonna be a zip up. It's a onesie. It's one piece, right? But
with
shorts.
shorts.
Can you do that in your factory or no?
Yeah, we can do anything. So.
All right,
Perfect.
perfect.
I love it.
Done
I can't wait
deal.
to go to Peru.
Corey, you're gonna look so good.
God
I
bless
can't
Peru,
wait.
man.
Yep. Paco's a civil engineer, in case anybody didn't know. Every time I go to Paco's shop, he's just playing in mud in the back. No, I use mud. I don't use computers anymore.
So
I have a question
get it.
from LA2K or Latuki or whatever. He says, "What happened in Ireland? I thought you were supposed to compete in DMAX S13 for the opening round of IDC." And says, "Props on your podium in Long Beach, by the way."
Oh, nice.
Yeah, thanks. So yeah, basically we got our visa approved. Friday.
Irish visa?
What?
Irish
No.
visa?
No, American visa.
Why would it be Irish?
So I got the renewal for my visa on Friday, but I would have
What
to
happened
if
in
I
Ireland? you
leave.
said?
If I leave to Ireland, I would have to go back to Peru to get my visa stamped in
Oh,
my
I see, I
passport,
see.
and then come back to Orlando. So
I feel you.
that just wasn't gonna work
Oh,
out.
that makes sense.
I'm in the same train. Don't worry. I know.
Yeah.
I know how painful that
Maybe
is.
you guys could get married and then.
And then you guys become citizens.
yeah, you guys can both become citizens because if two foreigners get married, you're American.
Yeah. then we have to pay American taxes forever here. So
I already pay
thank you.
American taxes. I've been paying American taxes for 11 years.
Whatever,
God,
dude.
Paco.
Get
That's
out.
a waste. Sam and I haven't.
Get out, man. Well, I heard from someone high up that paying taxes isn't stupid, so I'm not going to do it anymore. Bradford the Fish, long-time caller, the longest listener.
First
maybe.
time commenter.
First time commenter. In 10 words or less, tell us why Peru is better than Ireland.
Oh, that's
I've never been to Ireland, so I have no idea.
That was
under
10 words or less.
Yeah,
Yep, he
that
did it.
works.
All right, thank you. Who would win back in 1888? Says who would win in a shotgun beer contest? You or Pat Puddin?
I don't know. Set it up to.
Oh, so we're gonna go from a mud wrestling match with him and Alec Conadell
Yeah.
to a beer chugging contest.
I will make this video. If we're just going to do Alex Heilbrunn, Welcome to America. and it's going to be shotgun beers with Pekka and mud wrestling with Alec Conadell.
Yep.
And
I think. Okay.
what's the third
The
one?
third one is
Who's another Florida driver?
Florida.
Another Florida
Yeah, I
driver.
guess it doesn't have to be Florida drivers, but it could be.
Well, it could. Well, I think the documentary should be called "Here,
Chelsea.
Here, Hold My Beer."
Spent time in Florida. I don't know. If
Docking
Chelsea,
with the Nofa.
docking
So-
with the Nofa. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So next round is in Florida, and both Pat and
Alec, Handlebar.
Alec, they're both Floridians.
Yeah.
So I think Sam, you're on a mission.
No, I've got a job to do. Yeah, you're on a mission. I have other work to do.
All right, we might make it happen.
All right, Alan Union has a great question here. Nick Cage from National Treasure or Nick Cage from Ghost Rider?
Oh.
Oof, that's tough. Are you familiar with those movies?
Nope.
I do Nick Cage
You know,
from.
you don't know Nicolas Cage?
I was at Nick Cage with
Yeah.
Face Off.
Okay, so
Nick Cage from
that'll be the
Alcatraz or whatever
third
it
the
is.
third thing.
Yeah.
Sam introducing Alex Heilbrunn to Nicolas Cage's
Yeah, Nick, and
Best.
then wrestling him.
movies.
I'll do Nicolas Cage Home Alone Part 3
Yeah, Home Alone 3 was his best role. I would
because
say.
he replaced Macaulay Culkin.
Yep.
Okay, this is that's right. Blackhand Brandon says, if you were a stripper, what would your name be? I'd probably
Ooh.
call myself Sweet and Low.
That's good.
It's pretty good.
Well, you guys are trying to give me a nickname, right? So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say Alexis Handholden because he's not very dirty strip. He only
I'd
holds
call
hands.
him the Peruvian Pepper.
Peruvian Pepper Knocker.
Yep.
Yeah,
The Pepper Knocker.
I'd call him Alex Pumpernickel. I don't know, man. All right.
Good question, though. I respect
Question
that.
right here from A.R. Loveras. R. Loveras. Mayan or Aztec? All right, dude. Let's stop right here.
Mayan or Aztec?
Yeah, no. Peru.
I would say a Buick Rendezvous.
Yeah. Or Pontiac Aztec.
Yep.
Yeah, no. He got it all wrong. I mean, Peru are the Incas, not Mayans.
You just got
or
schooled by
Aztecs.
Paco,
Yeah.
Would you agree with that, Al? Is
yeah,
Paco giving
he
facts?
didn't get his history classes
He needs to
right.
go back to school.
Man.
And
For those who don't know, let's do a little bit of
oh,
history.
Jesus. All right,
this is
new
where
segment, history class with Paco.
history class
All right,
with
go
Pac.
ahead.
This is where Machu Picchu's at, because I know like a lot of
Pokemon?
a lot of you Americans.
All right, actually, I came up with a strip club name. It's Machu Picchu Man. Not to be confused
Hey guys,
with
why don't we
Macho
go
Man.
grab a couple beers of Machu Picchu's tonight?
Machu Picchu Man. He's got the song,
Hey guys.
and he comes out to Machu Picchu Man. Machu Picchu Man.
Machu Picchu man.
and then he helicopters around the room.
I wanna be.
He's the only guy
Macho
working
Man.
too, because nobody
Yeah.
else will work.
He's the only one that works the bar. And all right, we found your backup plan if FD doesn't go so well for the rest of the year.
You're working with us at Machu Picchu.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, we got your life figured out. Good.
I'm sorry, Alex.
History time with Paco is good as English time with Paco.
English,
two great classes.
English
that
time with
teaches.
Paco is always a very good class. If you had, this is from Kensington Prime. If you had to drive any Formula D driver car, past or present, which would want to drive? Okay, Kensington, you need to work on your grammar. Is this Paco again?
No.
Paco, did you? All right.
What
so-
other FD car would
I-
you drive if you couldn't drive yours?
Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to say.
What would I drive, or what would
If
I?
you,
had to-
if you had to drive a competitor's
So let's
car,
say that your BMW.
If I had to compete on it, or if I had to like drive it.
Compete it out, I'd say. Let's say your BMW fell into the ocean and you were able to steal anyone else's car, whose would you steal to drive?
I don't know. Probably for FD.
Yeah.
and don't say Farouk because I'm using that one.
Nah. probably Otis or Matt Fields.
Odie or Matt
Okay,
Field?
cool.
I'm
I
surprised.
respect that.
I would have
Two
guessed you would have done
S14s.
Kristaps or something that's similar, but
Yeah, that too. But
all right.
He likes the doof. I'm saying that.
He likes the doof,
He likes the
yeah. So what? Oh, so you got Odie and Matt Field now. So you've got, I think, the lighter weight, more dialed one, or
More
Matt
power,
Field
pretty
absolutely
setup, simple
insane,
S14.
simple S14, or insane crazy S14. Well, I guess you already
yeah,
did.
just because it's what I'm more used to, so
If,
it would be
okay,
easier for me to adapt to any of those
So
cars.
That'd be
then-
funny if you ran Matt Field over and then stole his car.
well, the other question would that be is what if you just wanted to test drive the car for fun and not compete in it? What would you pick?
Yeah, just the most fun car to drive. You think?
Yeah, that would be Mad Mike's Red Bull, I think.
Cool.
Nice.
Different.
Yep.
Yes.
that.
Being able to pit last year next to his car was really cool, and that's for sure an exciting car to drive around.
Did you ever go up
You had a
against
chance
him?
to go against him?
Yeah.
We didn't,
Aw.
but we do it in practice a couple of times, and it was fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, it sounds like now that he's not here anymore, you're miserable.
Oh, nice.
Now I have that whole rig for myself. So.
Hey.
Okay, guys, last question. Wheels by Wonka. Why do you wake up in the morning?
Why do you wake up in the morning?
Yeah,
That's a good question.
What's your motivation, man?
So there's a lot of them,
Hot.
It's doing so many things right now, and just want to keep improving and keep doing them.
Yep.
And Cinnabon.
Yep. Alex Cinnabon.
Alex Cinnabon, yep. That's a good name for him as well. All right, man. Well, we're going to let you get back to sleep. I'm sure it's 17 in the morning over there on the other side of the earth.
He's in LA.
No, Peru.
Oh.
No, Peru is like near Antarctica, right?
Yeah, Peru is 2 hours ahead. So
Okay, so it's not too terribly bad.
Peru is that tiny little place next to North Korea, right?
yeah, right next to it.
Okay, cool.
But are you in California right now, or are you in Peru?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm in California.
Ah, yeah.
I don't know where that is either.
That's right next. That's right next to South Korea.
Is they got Taco Bell out there or no?
They have In and Out.
Okay. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
it's in Mexico.
Oh,
what- Have you
Down that way.
had In-N-Out yet?
Yeah, I've had.
What do you think?
overrated.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I'm with
All
you.
right.
Have you had Taco Bell?
Yeah, that's not very good.
Are you serious, dude?
You like arepas?
Here we go.
Uh,
Here we go. Here we go.
Paco, have a bonding moment with them and
Yeah, Paco.
what?
We're
gonna let you and Paco
before we let
bond
you
right
go,
now.
I know Paco has a bunch of culture and life questions for you. All right, Paco, go.
No, that's it. I was just wondering if he liked arepas.
What's an arepas?
It's like a,
uh,
it's fine. And, well,
It's-
All right, well, I
Yeah.
guess Paco's going to have to hit it off with you in Atlanta or whatever. But get ready for some weird questions about crepes or whatever he's saying.
it's almost like a
Pico
crepe,
Kichu.
actually.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for your time, man. And we're excited to see what you do in Orlando and beyond.
yeah, dude.
yep. Well, thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Thank
good luck
you.
with
Guys
everything,
soon.
man. We'll see you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Bye.
Boy, I'm starving. Do you want to head on down to Machu Picchu?
I heard their food is very good.
The show is what I go for.
I
though.
just
One
go there for
employee,
the food. I've
One
never-
dancer and 3 bartenders at Machu Picchu's.
Macho Picchu.
And he's a Machu Picchu man.
I wanna be a Macho Picchu man.
Yep.
Repeat.
Yeah, it's only one song, and he has to dance for 8 hours straight. He's tired all the
I
time.
wanna be a macho.
He's got the shortest driving suit you've ever seen.
I really believe we should have more history time with Paco. This
Yeah.
is how it goes.
Paco
Hey
is a
guys,
historical.
going back, they're going to talk about the Machu Picchu.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's funny. I was last night. I was watching the episode of Key and Peele. You guys know Key and Peele?
Nope. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you know. The episode where they do the
Human baby
Neil,
birds.
Neil deGrasse Tyson
Okay.
and his
Yeah.
wife just comes into the room like, this and that, and he's like, actually, and then starts like doing
Yeah.
like a whole time explanation.
What's the name of the show though? Is Cosmos? Yeah, they're doing.
Yeah,
the
it
Cosmos
starts
thing.
like doing the Cosmos thing. Actually,
Yeah,
the planet started
so
lining
good.
up with it. Yeah, I just felt kind of like that.
All right, this is
for a moment.
a new segment Paco's doing called Shows We Like. We're just
Okay.
gonna talk about shows we like. I've been watching 13 Reasons Why, which is about teenage suicide. So that's pretty cool.
That's
I-
pretty cool.
I binge
That's
watched.
13 Reasons Why to watch it.
Yeah.
I binge watched the whole thing while I was sick.
Did you actually?
Yeah,
Oh,
I-
don't spoil shit. I will kill
No,
you.
it was.
So guess
it was
what? They
hard to
commit
watch.
suicide at the
Well,
end.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I mean, spoiler
was,
alert.
so-
Spoiler alert.
I was away out of town as I have been nonstop for the past month, and I was in a bathtub alone in a hotel room in Atlanta,
It almost turned to the 14.
and I had my laptop like on the toilet, right? Because that's how you got to watch it.
Right.
And then I'm watching this show on suicide, and I was thinking that it would be so tragic. My laptop fell into the bathtub. Because like I was pretty content right then. Like
Right.
I had a nice cold beer, and I was sitting in a nice warm bath, and I was watching a show I was enjoying. But what if like the laptop fell in the bathtub and I died? People are like, well, he was pretty sad.
Yeah, he's watching the suicide movies.
So
I could see that.
So I've got to watch happier shows when I'm in the bathtub doing the laptop situation.
Hey guys, I just want to let you know Sam died watching Scooby-Doo.
There you go. He was pumped. They did actually catch the ghost. It wasn't a ghost. It was just Farmer Wiggums.
Scooby-Doo's friend.
It was just Farmer Wiggums, and he was upset at those meddling kids.
So he made it through the whole show, and Sam died happy.
Rip.
R.I.P. Sam. And I'll dress you up as Shaggy when we buried you. Actually, no. If you die, I'm gonna launch you out a catapult.
All right. So before we go, final thing on that is we got to keep on doing some bullshit. I'm pointing up in the wall over there, right next to my FD wristbands there.
Okay.
It says I got my friend when he was hammered to sign this, and our friend that was a notary also signed it. That says, when I die, Sam has permission to string up my body like a marionette, and I'm going to have him rise out of his casket to Walking on Sunshine. so at his funeral, it's going to be Walking on Sunshine. And I'm going to be pulling the cords so his body's dancing out of the casket.
And everybody's just crying. Like, oh my God, let's get stop.
His parents are going to be just devastated, and he's going to be walking on sunshine.
And you know what? You have the law on your side.
Yeah, except for he says that won't hold up in court, but we'll see, Kyle. We shall see, bitch.
I'll see your dead corpse in court.
Yeah, well, his parents are going to try to stop it, but they won't know about it
What
until
if
it
they
happens.
wouldn't? Well, what if happens if like their parents are like, oh my God, he's really not dead, he's alive.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
you have to live that way the rest of your life, being his marionette, so you don't let his parents.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it'd be like Weekend at
Bernie's.
Kyle's.
Yeah, Weekend at Kyle's.
But
And he's gonna
forever, for
he's
your
going to be
entire
marionetting
life.
everywhere and decomposing.
Can we get like recorded laughter and claps in
Yep.
the background?
Yep.
Every time you guys do something
hungry.
funny.
And then Machu Picchu Man playing as well. All right. I think that's the episode title now, right?
Machu Picchu Man.
Yeah. Okay,
Machu
good. Okay,
Picchu
good.
Man.
So we have a Patreon,
Hold
of
on,
course.
can we go back to Alex Cinnabon?
Alex Cinnabon.
Yeah, let's go back
That
to
is
Alex
a
Cinnabon.
solid name.
Yeah.
I'm pumped on that.
I think
Alex
'cause
Cinnabon.
he's got sweet buns.
Yep.
They're sugary and they're full of cream. Jesus Christ. All right, we got to go.
No, stop, please.
All right, bye, guys.
No, wait, okay. But
Hold
before
on.
we go, we still have to.
Yeah, so we got Patreon,
we still have to
obviously.
send our listeners.
Do you know,
to
I'm
the-
really actually on the side note to all that. I missed all the good Long Beach talk. I missed all the.
You're
good,
just thinking of names?
No, I just like.
No, because he
There was a
wasn't
lot
here.
of cool stuff to talk about
All right,
too,
let's
but
do-
I know.
Let's do a little bit. Let's do a little quick Long Beach recap now that Corey's back.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
okay.
know. I don't know if we.
Oh, you're saying you missed it from me
Yeah.
not being here during the episode?
Yeah, because there was a lot of cool stuff that happened.
Yeah.
And,
What do you think was cool about it? You were there.
Yeah. Now I'm blown away by this episode. I don't even know. If I
You
can
didn't even.
go
Okay,
into-
you want to talk about
Yeah,
Long
maybe
Beach.
I'm trying to blow Long Beach away.
But
and
now
then
you're just
I can
thinking
think
about-
Orlando.
Now you're thinking about blowing
Machu
up.
Picchu Man. I'm thinking about people committing suicide. Sam dying to Scooby Doo.
Yeah,
And
my
then
friend.
Alex Heilbrunn covered in cream.
All right.
Historic lessons.
Well, think about what you want to say, and the next episode you can talk about Long Beach.
I'm gonna have a dream of Machu Picchu Man and
I'm
human
gonna
baby
have
Good.
a segment next episode. Is like ask Corey questions about
the previous round.
the previous episode.
Oh well, hopefully we don't miss him. Are you gonna be on the next one after Orlando?
I'm going to come back from Orlando on Sunday at some point. But if we do the show Monday, I'll be here. Otherwise,
There you
I'm actually going to be home
Okay.
for a week. It's going to be the best. It's gonna
That's
be the best week.
cool.
If I can find a cheap flight to Orlando, I'll go just to check it out.
Hell yeah.
I'm
Oh, and
not-
also, real quick, exciting news. Tonight, we are submitting the final episode 1 of Drift Garage. So it's gonna
finally.
That's going to be airing, I believe, in 1 or 2 weeks. And
Nice.
you get to see Drift Garage Season 4 with me, with Ryan Turtleneck,
Nice.
with Chris.
The
Chris.
four-
We actually have some news there to talk
Chris
about.
Hornberg.
He is running his V8 car, he announced, in Orlando.
What?
Do you remember on the show when we talked to Nameless John Hoyanga,
Yeah.
and I was
That's
like,
kind
John,
of a cool name, Nameless John.
And I was
Doesn't
like,
have a
John,
name,
this
but we
car
call him-
sounds really complicated. It's going to work, right? And then he said yes.
Yep.
And now there isn't a car.
But wasn't Chelsea?
Chelsea
testing
tested
it?
that car
and
at
he
Portland.
said the thing was awesome.
Yeah, I think it kicks ass. I don't know specifics about it at the moment, but I imagine it's just still not ready, which sucks. And I'm not shitting on
Should
John.
I call
I'm not
Chelsea?
shitting on John, by the way.
Okay,
the car
side
kicks
note,
ass.
Should
It
I
looks
call
awesome.
Chelsea real
but-
quick and ask him what he thought of the car?
Chelsea doesn't want to be on the show.
I don't
What?
care about him.
No, I'm kidding. I say let's save that for when we do talk to him in a few weeks, because we are going to talk to him.
Okay.
We're actually trying to
I
talk
think
to
it'd
him.
be fun just to call somebody and say, "Hey, we're we're on the air right now. What the fuck you doing?
Well, I got to go do my homework, though.
What do you got to
That's
do?
fine. Come on, you
gotta
have
go
10
to the
minutes.
office?
No, you have to go to the office and talk to, make some calls. By the way, that's how I talk about pooping. I feel like I said that like Bill.
Hey guys, I gotta
Hold
head to
on.
the office to do
The way
some
that I said
paperwork.
that is that like Bill Clinton. That's how I talk about pooping.
Hey guys, I gotta head to the office and do some paperwork.
Hillary's being a real bitch today. I gotta go poop.
I never had sex without a
I'll
woman.
feel so good in my tummy.
Hey, I gotta handle some business down in the lower office.
Let's just say
The West Wing.
Let's just say the Oval Office is better.
The Oval Office is flooded.
It's fine. I call the bathroom the
What's
Oval
that?
Office because
No,
the toilet itself resembles an oval.
I don't want to sound like I'm causing a disaster or nothing, but I gotta go drop some bombs in the Oval Office.
I gotta take a Moab there.
We gotta drop some bombs.
Watch me play the saxophone.
We have to stop this episode now before it gets too much better.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to beat this one.
All right.
Well, before we
go to Patreon.
Before
Go
we
to
go.
the internet. We're shipping out these mugs to our big dogs, and we also have our swag bags. Swag bags,
Okay, so,
stickers. Is that are you gonna finally get that shit out? Not that it's on you,
Okay,
but
allow me. So there's 24 spots out of 40 for the $5
mugs.
or
You still
more.
wanna hop on the mug train?
So people, you guys want to get the spaghetti mug? We have 40 spots only.
and then Paco signed Beanie Baby collection. It's gonna be if you pay $10 an ep, you get Paco's Beanie Babies. They're all signed.
By Paco.
I don't know what's the best part, like listening to all this or watching Chris just like
No, do you know,
struggling in the chair.
Yeah, we have AM Chris in the background, and he's struggling.
Well, the only thing that's gonna make me laugh from here on out is like if we're sitting on the couch watching a TV show and I hear Sam just start talking in Bill Clinton voice, I know he has to
I
poop.
feel so good.
Sam, why are you talking to Bill Clinton voice?
I like the idea of Chris in the background too. We get him a soundboard, and
Yeah.
and then so when we're like we say like Alex Cinnabons, then he does like a squashing noise, and then like and then Seinfeld. We need to get you a soundboard, Chris. All
Monica.
right, Patreon, yeah, and then we're gonna send out
So-
the stickers and the other swag bags.
The rest of
right?
the swag packs for the
I'm
for
putting-
the second tier,
I'm
which
putting
is
this on Paco and Corey because I'm
I think
leaving
it's
again.
$2 or more
Yeah.
before 5.
Two is
the
before
ones-
5.
It's 2 or more.
Math class
Not-
of Paco.
but just not 5.
All right, new segment, math class with Paco.
2 before 5.
Either one.
Solve the parentheses first, and then solve left to right.
All right, so
It's kind of like wiping front to back.
$15 an episode contribution. Paco will do your math homework. Can't guarantee it won't be in Spanish.
Or if it even be a number.
Be
Listen,
prepared to fail.
Look, Spanish numbers look just like American numbers, but covered in queso. And-
Okay, we need to have these amounts of fun on every episode.
well, that's
from
because the
now
game's
on.
back together because we're
Dude,
not all
I know.
missing.
I'm so
All right.
pumped on this.
What else?
I know.
Corey,
Okay,
any
www.patreon.com/patreon.com/maximum
HTTP
www.
Maximum
Driftcast.
and the secret bonus
Even
page.
$1 helps. $2, we love you.
Three-
$5, we send you the
mug.
The mug.
$10
and-
Paco's Beanie Babies.
Yep.
$15.
Not to mention, after we okay, so
Queso.
as you guys remember, we had a challenge
Yeah.
we were gonna do after we reach a certain amount.
Which we did the
Yeah, we
spaghetti
did the
already.
spaghetti.
We,
bags.
in the spaghetti out of plastic bags.
Well, it was 200.
Then that was the first one.
Yeah, it was.
100. So
Yeah, it was.
200. I can't remember.
Is
I
it
think
Sam
it's-
doesn't interrupt or Paco speaks in Spanish the entire
Oh, I think it's Sam doesn't interrupt for
Yeah,
the
that's
entire
never gonna
episode.
happen.
Take a look real
It's never
quick.
gonna happen.
Good luck,
It's either
assholes.
that, then or there's also like Corey gets a haircut on air.
No, the shaving the mustache was, or we're gonna give Corey our own haircut.
Yeah.
I thought it was like
okay.
the own haircut, which he needs to sport
Yeah.
at the when if he makes top 16, he's gonna take off his hat
Yeah.
and he's gonna rock that shitty.
Well, I'm just
haircut.
gonna do a face in the back of his head so he can wear a sweatshirt backwards, and it looks like he's a scary face hair guy. So that's an option for us. Just, do you have any of the other plugs? Corey, you looking up the?
I'm looking up
okay.
where we're at for the rules real quick.
I'd like to plug Rolls Royce.
It won't even work on my phone. Paco, can you pull it up on yours?
I got it. Yeah,
All right,
you guys
cool.
keep talking.
Yeah, Rolls Royce sponsored the show. They gave me a couple cars this week.
Nice.
Also, AM.
Put some intakes on the Rolls Royce.
Yeah, they got intake for my Harbor Freight tool gun.
that thing zaps twice.
Yeah, it
as
zaps
fast.
twice as fast, twice as hard.
Yep.
I'd like to do a plug for Paco not knocking the AM helmet off the wall. We
Again,
decided to put
yep.
their fancy AM helmet on the wall over there.
And I'd like to thank Paco for not damaging the controlium.
The controlium is still intact, and you need to look this up because now we're just rambling.
And I saw the password too, Paco. So
Paco, if you want the password to the Patreon, it is Paco's
2 Sweet Dudes 44.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you can look on the Patreon and figure this out. I'm sure you guys are very interested. But we are going to do all the Patreon obligations as they are reached, and it's whether it involves shaving Corey's belly, or shaving Corey's belly and putting the hair on Paco's face.
Oh no, we should shave his back.
I'm more of a,
my back is not too bad.
I'm more of a belly
We should
man.
just bring Dustin.
Your back is probably bad.
No,
you don't have any back hair?
Nothing. I'm like a baby's butt.
I have hair pants.
Do you have hair pants?
Yeah.
You have little coils.
Yeah, it's like a little sweater for my legs. All right. Well, on that note, I guess
guys,
stop sewing. Let's
Sam,
leave.
where can you find you?
On the internet.
Yeah, Google it. Just Google Sam's
Hotmail.com.
I'm Corey at Cox.net.
Yep. And
Drift Idiot. Corey Hosford.
Street Standard.
2F Performance.
Tofu Drift.
Tofu Drift
Man.
Van.
Tofu Drift Man.
Don't forget to check out AEM intakes.
Cult Status AM.
And Cult Status on both Instagram and Snapchat with a K, by the way. Cult Status with a K.
Yep.
Get it right.
And you can ask him for sponsorships too, just like Paco.
Yeah, just like Paco.
Ask him. Send him emails. I want free stuff.
Yep. And Paco, what about the intakes that we actually did that last episode?
We gave out intakes.
Oh yeah. Okay, so
we finally we promised you guys early on that if you shared the episode.
Give me 1 second. I have it
Sam,
right
so who else would you like
here.
to thank as he's looking up?
All right, while I was looking this up, I want to thank Machu Picchu Man for sponsoring the show.
Dill Pickle and Cold Trickle.
Dill Pickle, Cold Trickle, Muscle Milk came on the show this episode.
Yep, they are a huge sponsor this episode. So Muscle Milk.
Muscle Milk. Make sure to try out Muscle Milk Dill Pickle edition. There's 15 dills in every bite.
15 dills in every pickle.
Yeah, have your mom make that for you next time you go to the store.
I'd like to thank. Oh man, there's so many people I'd like to thank. You already thanked Rolls Royce. I would also like to plug Butt.
Okay. Sure. Julian Assange for wiki leaking all over my chest. We've got
Julian Assange for wiki leaking everywhere.
Yeah. I want to thank
Paco's Facebook Messenger because he has everything logged correctly.
Paco, who else?
I want to thank Machu Picchu Man.
Yeah.
So,
all right, here we go. So we said earlier on, and this still is true. We are giving out AM intakes signed by your favorite stars for sharing the episodes, and we used a random number generator to figure out who shared our episodes.
100% random. So first wiener.
First wiener. Paco.
Oh my
first
God.
wiener.
English class.
Don't be so crass.
Chris Forsberg autograph.
Chris Forsberg won it? That's not even fair.
AM intake.
Yep.
Manu Brissette in Canada.
Nice.
Congratulations, Shamu.
Shamu listens. There you go.
For those that can't see the video version, that's actually Corey slapping one part of Paco's that I don't want to mention.
I'm clapping with no hands.
Yep.
That's Corey clapping with no hands.
Then second wiener.
There we go.
Right. Carlos de Jesus Cancel.
Did you cancel that order or no?
It's canceled
right, cool.
here in Texas. Let me see now. The third wiener.
Okay. I hope it's me.
It wasn't you, but well, okay. I'm just gonna jump to the fourth wiener. It's Pixel Babe.
Okay.
I'll give
Username Instagram username
Pickle
Pixel Babe.
Pickle Babe.
Pickle Babe.
Are you a dill girl or a Coleman?
She gets a
Are you Cold Trickle or dill pickle?
Oh my God. And I can't find the. Wait, 1 second.
Paco has us all logged down. It's very easy to find. It's organized.
Paco's organized as heck.
Yep.
No, it's just because it's not the same on the computer. But I had it all right.
Paco
here.
pulled out his eyeglasses. He's holding his phone really far from his face, like you do in restaurants when you're old. And he's like, I don't know if this
that doesn't look right.
And
oh my
God, I feel so bad. There's a fourth wiener, and I can't find his
all right, Corey,
message.
are you more of a pickle man or a trickle man?
It depends on the. Usually, I'm a trickle man before I pickle man.
Yep.
But early in the morning, I'm a pickle man.
Yeah, for sure. I would say that is also the same.
Are you close to that, or do you?
I mean, I kind of switch it up every now and then. I'm a pickle farmer, but also a tickle farmer.
Yep.
So I'll tickle a guy if I need to.
Tickle the pickle before you get the.
All right,
trickle.
Paco, we have to end this episode right now.
Oh yeah, I had to apologize. I wasn't.
okay.
I wasn't prepared for this.
We have to end the episode before we say anything.
But we have a fourth winner. We'll announce it on the next episode.
All right.
We'll put them all together on our Instagram.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you guys will see it there.
And we'll see you guys at the movie.
Yep.
What movie?
Avengers
Machu Picchu
6.
Man.
Should we send him over? Send him away with a song
With Machu
the
Picchu
one,
Man?
No, the one we did just practice an hour ago.
Yeah, I think we do Machu Picchu Man.
Yep.
One
Rami.
and a two and a 1, 2, 3.
Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu Man.